What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video with the Roshank Redemption, and today I have got another Fallout 4 analysis and discussion video for you guys because we actually just learned a ton of new information about Fallout 4 from QuakeCon 2015. But one unfortunate thing about all this is that I actually do not have any footage for you guys from QuakeCon because Bethesda actually hasn't released the footage yet, so nobody has access to it. We don't actually know if the footage is ever going to be released, to be honest. With Skyrim a couple of years ago, they did release the footage after a month or so. But chances are that either the footage is never going to be released for Fallout 4 or it's going to be released after about a month. So we're going to have to wait a long time for the footage regardless. And I am sorry about that, guys. I'm probably just going to end up including some E3 footage or something like that. But I apologize for not being able to show you all the footage from QuakeCon. Once that is released, if it is released, I will get out a video probably analyzing all this in further depth. But for now, I'm just going to relay you guys the information from QuakeCon and provide you guys with a little bit of analysis and a little bit of insight. The first thing I want to bring up, and this is definitely more of a minor point, but if you guys recall, at E3, Todd Howard was discussing how the NPCs in this game can call you by your actual name. So if you call yourself like James or Bob, then, you know, Mr. Handy could come up to you and be like, "Hey James, how's it going?" Or "Hey Bob, how's it going?" And I wasn't really sure how far they were going to take this because Todd Howard did say it's probably only going to work with common names, but at the QuakeCon demo, apparently the character's name was Mr. Fuckface. And Mr. Handy went up to you and called you that. And that is pretty crazy. I just found that to be very funny, just a very nice little touch. And Bethesda is always very good at adding these little details in the game. Moving on to something a little bit more important here, guys. We actually got 3 all-new areas confirmed as visitable locations in Fallout 4. And the first of these new locations is an area called Diamond City. And basically, Diamond City is a city in the same sense as Rivet City and Megaton were in Fallout 3, but it is built on the ruins of Fenway Park. And that just sounds really cool, in my opinion. I love Rivet City because I thought it was a very unique place. And I'm feeling that Diamond City is going to be very similar to Rivet City, and that's going to be very unique. And one other thing that I was thinking here is during E3, we actually saw the player character blowing up a city in the same way you blew up a city during Fallout 3 with that whole Power of the Atom quest. And I was just thinking that maybe Diamond City is the city that you blow up in Fallout 4. The second area that was introduced by Bethesda during QuakeCon was an area called Corvega. And Corvega, we don't really know too much about Corvega, but we know that it is some sort of power plant or power plant type location that the player can go through, and that all sounds very cool. And the final location that was confirmed during QuakeCon was the return of the Super Duper Mart, and I'm definitely very stoked about that because I have had some good times in the Super Duper Mart. Back during Fallout 3, my first real quest was going to the Super Duper Mart and just annihilating those raiders, so I'm definitely happy to see it returning. Another thing that Bethesda discussed during QuakeCon is that there are apparently going to be 12 companions in Fallout 4 total, and they went ahead and revealed 4 out of these 12 companions. The first companion that they revealed is Preston Garvey, who, if you guys remember, is that guy from the E3 trailer who asked the Lone Wanderer to help him at some point, and I will flash an image of him on screen. The second companion is someone who we have not heard of yet. It's a woman called Piper, who is apparently from Diamond City, and we don't really know too much about her, but apparently she has some sort of relation to the mayor of Diamond City. The third companion is, of course, Dogmeat, who we all know about. And the fourth companion is Mr. Handy, which is also going to be very cool. And companions are always a very awesome part of Fallout 4. So it's nice to see that Bethesda is, of course, paying attention to the companions. And I obviously look forward to using all of these in Fallout 4. One more thing that I found really interesting is that apparently Bethesda is adding a ton of new enemy attacks and a ton of new death animations, both for the enemies and for the player. And this definitely makes sense because back during E3, we saw a couple of first-person death animations and a couple of new death animations that we definitely had not seen in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. And at one point, I think a Deathclaw actually picks you up and delivers the final blow to you in first person. And it's just really nice to see Bethesda paying attention to these little details. They're always so good with the details, and little things like death animations and enemy attacks and stuff like that, it's always much appreciated. So it's nice to see that Bethesda is putting some effort into this stuff. Also, during QuakeCon, we actually got to learn a little bit more about the perk system that is implemented into Fallout 4. And basically, this perk system, the way it's going to work is that it's going to be centered around a perk chart. And on this perk chart, each single perk is going to be tied to a specific special stat. So one perk can be tied to either strength, or luck, or intelligence, or charisma, or something else. And every single time you level up in the game, as was the case in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, you will get exactly one new perk. And as much as I would love to go into a discussion of the whole perk system, system and the perk chart and all, I feel like that's just a little bit too much for this single video. So I actually discussed the perk chart in a different video, and I will leave a link to that. But basically, my thoughts on this are, the perk chart looks really cool. The perk system looks really cool. But what concerns me more is the skill system. And we got nothing on the skill system from QuakeCon. And that is concerning me a little bit, because it really does look like at this point, skills aren't going to be a thing in Fallout 4. And we're going to have pretty much no skill system in Fallout 4. And this does not honestly make me feel very good. I know that people tend to have mixed opinions about it, but I honestly do not approve of the lack of skill system. But that's a discussion for a different video, and I will leave a link to that video where I discuss the perk chart and the skill system. Finally, from the footage, it is very clear at this point that the Fallout 4 enemy freedom and enemy AI are both much better, because during the trailer, there were ghouls shown climbing through windows, climbing in through cracks and walls, climbing over walls, and stuff of that nature. So clearly the enemy AI algorithm is just a lot better, and the enemy freedom is definitely a lot more in Fallout 4, which is always a welcome improvement. The enemy AI in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas wasn't bad, but of course it wasn't the best, so it's just great to see Bethesda improving on that as well. Alright guys, well that is pretty much going to do it for this Fallout 4 analysis and discussion video. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like, comment, rate, and subscribe for more Fallout 4 news and updates, because I definitely plan on doing a ton more of these in the future, because I really enjoy this, and apparently you guys really enjoy this as well. The comment question of the day is, what is the most exciting feature of Fallout 4 that you guys are looking forward to so far? For me, the feature that I'm looking forward to most is definitely cryo weapons, because in case you guys don't know, cryo weapons have been confirmed for Fallout 4, and basically these weapons are energy weapons that can freeze the opponent as well, and that just sounds sick to me. That just sounds way too cool. But let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in my next Fallout 4 analysis and discussion video.